Today we're gonna talk on 26 best steps to make your iPhone X battery last longer. Welcome to my channel. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe and click the ring to stay notified for my new videos. I thought about many steps, then I dropped some steps to make these 26 best steps. Let's start. Okay, step 1, we need to limit the usage for cellular data. We go to settings, then cellular, then here you can switch off, switch on. You find down here applications, you can switch on, switch off the cellular data. Any app that don't use the cellular data, you should turn it off from this page, because the cellular data consume more power than Wi-Fi. If you any app you don't want to connect to internet using cellular data, you have to switch it off here. Step 2, lower the power consumption on mobile networks. Open settings, then cellular, then cellular data options, then voice and data. Here you find 3 networks, 2G, 3G and LTE. You can read the note here at the bottom. Apple said using higher cellular speeds loads data faster but may decrease battery life. When you go up from 2G to 3G, it will consume more power, or you go to LTE, it will consume the most of the power. Okay, if you don't use LTE or the data speed for 3G is enough for you, then switch to 3G. If you don't use the cellular data, you can switch to 2G, which is consume very less power. Step 3, turn off the data for unused network. Bring the control center, and here if you use the cellular network data, you should turn off the Wi-Fi. If you use the Wi-Fi, you should turn off the cellular data from here. If you want to turn if you want to use the cellular data and you want to turn the Wi-Fi completely, you should go to the settings here and turn off the Wi-Fi from here, because when you turn the Wi-Fi from the control center from here, let's bring it on. When you turn off the Wi-Fi from here, it will not turn off completely. Still there's some servers like AirDrop still working, and the Wi-Fi is still open, but it's not connecting or trying to connecting to Wi-Fi access point, but still the other services running. If you want to turn it off completely, go to the setting and turn it off from the settings. Step 4, handoff allows Apple's first-party apps and any third-party developers to send an app's data seamlessly between devices, so you can pick up where you left off. That means like you work on pages, you work on document, and you work on iPhone. Then you close the iPhone, you go to the Mac, and you find the file, and on the same line where you work, and you can continue work on the Mac on the same file, which consume power. If you don't use this feature, you should turn it off and How you turn it off? You go to the settings, then scroll down to general, then handoff. You have to turn it off from here. That will save you so much power. Step 5. Auto brightness feature from Apple save you a lot of energy. Remember always to keep it on. You go to the settings, then scroll down to general, then accessibility, then display accommodations. You find it here, auto brightness. You turn it on, and always keep it on to save your battery. Step 6, which is the same place where is auto brightness, there is reduce white point, and you switch it on and you make it on like 50% or as you like, which also reduce the white color, which also it will reduce the energy and the power request from the battery. Okay, step 7, which is in accessibility. We go back to accessibility. It's about what is it? It's increase contrast, darken colors. You should enable this one, especially with the iPhone X. More dark color, it will consume less power. Okay, step 8, which is also in accessibility. We're going back to accessibility and reduce motion. You enable reduce motion, which it will be also reduce the power for processing to make more motions for the graphic interface. Okay, step 9, also in the accessibility. We're going back to accessibility. Go to Face ID and Attention. Here you find two features which consume power. You can turn off the attention when you unlock your iPhone by your face. You should look into the iPhone with your eyes open to unlock the iPhone. But when you turn off this two, you can unlock it without making attention to the iPhone, without looking to the iPhone. Even your eyes closed, you can open it. Okay, turn off these two features, and to prevent anyone from open your iPhone X by face it to your face while you are sleeping. When you go to sleep, hold the slide button and the volume up button together until you see the slide to power off, then hit cancel. Your iPhone will force you to enter the passcode next time when you try to unlock it. Okay, step 10. It's about application running in the background and consuming power, also consuming data, and you don't want this application to run in background, especially application like Facebook, which is very hunger for for your data and for consume more power. You go to settings and then scroll down to general, go to background app refresher. Here Apple already mentioned under the background app refresher, here they mention about allow apps to refresh their content when on WLAN or cellular in the background. Turning off apps may help preserve battery life. Yes, you can enter here, background app refresher. You can turn it off completely. No any app it will run in background. But here we are talking about the best steps. We don't talk about turning off everything, because maybe we need this feature for some apps. Okay, you don't put it on WLAN and cellular data, because this option will consume more power, especially the cellular data. Put it on WLAN, and you have to go for all apps turned off. Only apps need to run in the background, like apps making download, or apps making sync, like 1Password. It maybe syncing in the background with the server, and some other apps which is maybe used for download or for something in the background, like radio streaming or something. This is need back to run in the background. You give it WLAN here, already WLAN. You switch it on. That means the application it will run in the background when there's Wi-Fi. And all other applications turned off, especially Facebook, Facebook Messenger, turned all off. This background app refresher is not related to notification. Notification is still running. By controlling all the apps and turned off for all the apps, only apps need to sync in the background turned on, you will save so much power for your battery, and it will be last longer. Okay, step 11, which is about the date and time, which we're going back to general and scroll down to date and time. Here the option for set automatically the time zone, it will check your location and will consume power for checking. Why you do it one time and you manually, and you switch off the automatically, and you go to the time zone and you enter here your city and select manually, and it will the time and it will set according to this time zone manually. By turn off set automatically, you will stop the check procedure for the location and detecting your time zone and set the time, because you're already in the same city. Only if you travel you do it manually also. You don't do this very rapidly. It's just do it more on time for a long time. You don't have to change it, and by switch automatically set the time zone, you will save power. Okay, step 12, for help your eyes during night by warm the screen colors and lower blue color. That's also lower amount of light of your screen, and less light, less power consume. Let's see how we do it. We go to settings, and then we go to display and brightness, night shift. Here in the night shift you can do it, enable schedule it, and you select which hour to turn on start and which hour to turn off to end. Always keep it on at night, which help your eyes, and your eyes will be relaxed when you see the screen at night by this feature. You can change the you can control the color temperature here. You can control it which level you want, maybe 50% or more warms. Okay, we will check okay, step 13, which is in display and brightness. We're going back. It's about auto lock. Sometimes we forgot to lock our iPhone screen stay on for a long time, which is not good. To save power, you should turn on auto lock. Here you go to auto lock, you select like 5 minutes, which is the maximum. Maybe you don't want your iPhone to lock very fast. The maximum is 5 minutes, and you can select less than this. This will save your iPhone battery. Okay, we go to step 40, which is also in display and brightness. It's about rise to wake. You rise your iPhone by picking it from the table, and you don't wanna look to it or unlock it, but the screen wakes up. Also, that means so many times the screen wake up, but we don't wanna unlock the iPhone. But in the background, also the system is continuous to sense the movement of the iPhone, to know you raised it or not, which consume more power in the background while your iPhone locked is still doing something to check you raised or not. You should turn off this feature, and another step will show you what the replacement for this feature you can do. Okay, step 15. We should enable the tap to wake. When your iPhone locked, you just tap on the screen go on, and you unlock your iPhone. This feature you turned on, and you don't need rise to wake, which we already turned off in the last step. Okay, how to turn on this feature? Tap to wake, which in the settings, go to general, accessibility, scroll down. Here it is. You can turn it on. Sure, this is turned on. Now when you want to unlock your iPhone, you just tap on the screen go on, and slide. As easy as it is. Okay, step 16. How to select the wallpaper that will save your life. Oh, no, I meant save your battery life. Okay, you should select a still photo or normal photo, which contains from like 50% to 30% dark color. Let's say black color. Let's include black color, which lower the display energy, which leads to save battery power, especially with iPhone X or LED, because no need to light the black pixels. Okay, let's check. We go to the settings, to wallpaper, and from here you select like this wallpaper. I already selected it. Contains black color, which is will save me a lot of power. Also, the wallpaper, it looks very nice. Don't even you can check here down at the bottom. Apple said about dynamic wallpaper and perspective zoom are disabled when low power mode is on. Don't use dynamic. This type of photos, dynamic or live, don't use these ones. Use still photos, or you can select normal photos from your camera roll. Okay, step 17. We need to minimize the number of requests for location info update. We go to the settings, we go to scroll down to privacy, then location services. Okay, in the location service you find so many old apps who need to request a location. and every app, let's take the first app. Almost every app have 3 options. Some apps have the first 2 options. Okay, let's talk about you will find so many apps. You should select never for every app should not use or you don't want it to use the location. Select never. Almost for other apps, all the other apps put them on this option while using the app. All other apps, unless there are apps need to be always connected, then select always if the option is exist, because sometimes you cannot find this option. Example to these apps like Apple Maps, but be careful for selecting always, because that app will drain a lot energy from the battery. Keep all apps on while using the app. Okay, step 18. We are still here in the setting for location. You have to scroll down. Scroll down to the bottom of this setting, location services. You will find system services. Go in here. There's some features we should turn it off. If you don't, if you want to keep it on, up to you. Let's start with location based alert. Turn this one off. The second one is location based Apple ads. For the ads, turned off. Also, third one is location based suggestions, turned off. And for the setting time zone here, setting time zone, we already we do step before in the last steps to set manually the time zone. Then we save the battery here. You don't need to enable setting the time zone by checking the location every time. You turned off this one with the last one. About from the setting you set time zone manually, and here you turned off the setting for time zone from accessing the location. This two will save you the battery. Okay. Another one is you scroll down to here to product improvement. You should turn off all of these: iPhone analytics, popular near me, routing and traffic, improve maps, which is collecting data from your iPhone and send it to Apple. Turn it all off, which will be great for the battery to save all these points, which is sending data through internet to Apple. Okay, step 19 about the microphone. Some apps don't use the microphone. You should deny the access to the microphone. Also, from security perspective, some apps can turn the microphone on without spying on you, and drains your battery. That's why you should not give the access to microphone, only for the apps that use the microphone in. We go to the settings, we go to privacy, then we go to microphone. Here you found all the apps you requested to access the microphone. You switch off all the apps that you don't use the microphone in it. Let's say like Amazon, you don't search by Alexa, then you turn it off. Don't keep it on. Just keep on the apps which you use the microphone in it. Okay, step 20, we're going back to privacy. We scroll down to analytics. This is Apple collecting information, crash information, and send it to Apple for investigate some issues or something, which is consume power for the CPU collecting these crashes, and also consuming send it to Apple through internet, which also consume more power. You have to switch off this option, share iPhone and watch analytic. Okay, step 21, about stop uncontrolled internet access. For example, when you're playing a heavy game or working on some heavy apps, in the background, maybe the system making automatic downloads, which make the iPhone's temperature increases more, and that's decreasing the battery life for sure. Okay, let's see this. Go to settings, iTunes and App Store. You will find here automatic downloads for music, for apps, for book and audiobooks, updates. Turn all these ones off, and better to update. If you wanna update or download, it's better to do it manually on Wi-Fi when you don't using the iPhone. Also ensure the iPhone is not in a hot place, which the temperature, which it will make the iPhone temperature high. That's not good. And also ensure you have strong Wi-Fi signal. Okay, if you don't wanna turn off these options, then go here for the use cellular data setting, turned off. Turned off the cellular data, use cellular data, because it's expensive. It will cost you the cellular data plan. Also because it consumes more power than Wi-Fi. Okay, step 22, we have to add the low power mode to control center to make it easy to enable this mode, which lower the energy used from the battery. You have to go to the settings, then control center, then customize controllers. Scroll down until you see here low power mode. Click the plus sign on the left of low power mode. Here, already added to the list. You can control low power mode. Put it before screen recorder or something. Okay, let's see it in the control center. Here, you already found the low power mode. Okay, this option, you have to use it when the battery low to prevent the battery go very low, because that's not good, until you get to charge your iPhone. If you are going on trip outside, or and will be no source of power to charge, then you should enable low power mode, which will be last you for which will make your battery last longer, and you can use your iPhone for more longer time. Okay, step 23, you should you see here the control center. When you drop down the control center on iPhone X, you can see the percentage on the right near the battery sign. You have to keep an eye on battery percentage. Don't let the battery lower than 20 or 15 at least. Also don't charge it higher than 95 or 90, just as possible as you can, no pressure. Also, another note: if your iPhone very hot, uh, you should turn it off, because maybe uh, this temperature will affect the battery life. Let's say you forgot it on a sunny spot, and you found it very hot, or in your pocket while you are facing the sun. Maybe you sit facing the sun, and your iPhone in your pocket and getting very hot. Okay, what you're gonna do, you should put it in the place which is the temperature is normal and not hot, and turned off until it get the normal temperature. You turn it on. Okay, step 24. Hey Siri. When you activate Siri by saying Hey Siri. Okay, let's go to settings and go to Siri and search. Here the option, the first one, which you can activate it by saying Hey Siri. This it will consume more power, because the iPhone it will check all the time for the voice. If he hears this two words, he will activate Siri. If you don't use it, you should turn it off, which save your battery. Okay, step 25. It's about manage the checking for new emails, and make mail app check for new emails every hour, or you can make it manually. Okay, we go to the settings, then we go to scroll down to account and passwords, then we go to fetch new data. We disable the push option, and because if push option enable, it will be every email arrive, it will be pushed to the mail app. That means it's so many connecting to internet, and so many activity. But with scroll down to the fetch here, and so you can select hourly, which that means the mail app will fetch the new emails every hour. Or you can do it manually. You have to open the app and you fetch new emails. That will save more power. Okay, step 26. It's about Safari. You have to use content blocker to block the bad codes, because you open so many pages in Safari, and so many pages contain ads and contain some tracking codes, which is making processing and also consume internet. You have to block all of these, and it will save you power for the battery. Let's go to the settings and then scroll down to Safari. Here in the Safari, scroll down to content blocker. I already downloaded Firefox Focus. Then after you download it and enable it, you will find Firefox Focus here, and you enable it, and when you browse Safari, it will block the tracking codes and ads, which by this way it will save you a little of power for your battery. Okay, well, you have to download Firefox Focus first, then it will appear here. You can go here to App Store and you search for Firefox. Okay, Focus, this one, and you download it. After you download it, you have to go to the settings here, and you have to enable the integration for Safari, and after that you will find it in the settings. But you just install it and you will find it in the content blocker and enable it from there. Here you can enable some options which like block ad trackers, block analytic trackers, block social trackers, block other content trackers. I don't enable it, but because some some websites will be not working very well. You can disable it. Also the block web fonts, you can enable it or disable it, up to you. Just disable the send usage data here. Okay, you are good to go. With content blocker you will save a lot of power for your battery. Okay everyone, I hope you enjoy this. Please, if you like it, press the like button, and please subscribe, and goodbye.